Are you ready to dive into the world of the most unexpected and astonishing discoveries ever caught on camera? Ahead of us are nature's mysteries, secrets of the past, and phenomena that defy logic. These shots will definitely give you chills, leaving questions swirling in your mind. How? Why? And what was that? Get ready for a mix of awe, wonder, and just a touch of light suspense. So, shall we embark on this fascinating investigation together? Blood-like streaks dripping from a tree make you wonder what's inside. It's certainly not sweet sap, more like a dramatic tale from the plant world. Imagine walking into a forest and finding hundreds of human figures silently staring at you. Your heart says run, but curiosity begs you to stay. Wait, who's that running in the distance? A tiny dinosaur? Could it be they've returned and we've just haven't noticed yet? Something accidentally caught on camera in an old barn might just give you chills. A massive hand glimpsed behind a partition clearly doesn't belong to the living. Encountering water spirits feels like stepping into a fright and disgust ride. Let's hope we never meet them in real life. Our nerves might not survive the experience. A man accidentally unearthed a real treasure in his garden. An antique ring that, once cleaned, sparkled as if it had just come from a jewelry boutique. Imagine diving to the ocean floor and there, among seaweed and shells, lies an ancient sword straight out of A Knight's Tale. This diver's luck makes him feel like the new King Arthur. You're digging for coins or a clay pot, and instead, an entire tank, as if it rolled off the battlefield straight into your reality. How did such a strange object appear out of nowhere? A massive monument that one day just showed up, and yet no one saw it being installed. Once in Texas, something baffling occurred. A strange reflection appeared in the sky. It was as if an entire other civilization was concealed among the clouds and had decided to take a peek at us. Something's happening above the mountain. Orange clouds glow like a veil to another world. Or is nature just testing our nerves? A new kind of snake? No, take a closer look. This is something from myths, not biology textbooks. A tree racing across the ground on its own. How do you even begin to believe this? Yet we're all seeing it with our own eyes. A glowing orb, seemingly alive, floats through the air, rapidly changing size and speed. Is it an anomaly or the handiwork of another world? A massive rock, crumbling like fragile cookies, seems to beg for dismantling. Who knows, maybe it hides secrets of an ancient civilization, or at least a surprise inside? A fallen tree hosting a mini forest on top, a true resort for young trees. Why not? Even nature enjoys eco-friendly skyscrapers. Two intertwined trees look like nature's way of showing it can craft romantic stories too. A real love story in the wild. Ancient coins in the ground are common, but when they're several centuries old, they still take your breath away. Such finds feel like a tangible journey into the past. A group of friends decided to dig a little deeper and stumbled upon 800-year-old artifacts in clay pots, ancient accessories like something from last season's fashion catalog. And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead. Here are more ancient finds that take us back to the cultures of bygone eras. Every detail seems to whisper, "Look how we created beauty even 1,000 years ago." A forest where forgotten children's toys hang from trees doesn't evoke warmth, but chills. The landscape feels more like a horror movie set. Parents were filming their child's bike riding progress when a ghostly figure from an old house entered the frame. A true family video for the ages. Imprints on a rock look as though ancient creatures used it as a diary. Each mark whispers, "Decipher our story if you dare." Stones washed ashore from the ocean look like a rainbow incarnate, not a find, but pure fantasy come to life. What an incredible footage! We always strive to choose the best content for you. Finding crystals like these is pure luck. Their unique physical properties and breathtaking beauty make them a true natural wonder. The Dead Sea holds many secrets, one of which is the complete absence of sand on its shores. It looks almost unreal, doesn't it? Before us is something resembling an ancient petrified seaweed shaped like a stone, except it sparkles as if someone polished it. Looking at this eerie black creature in the water, you can't help but question whether it's worth swimming in unfamiliar ponds. A little self-preservation wouldn't hurt. A tourist discovered a mysterious purple goo that reacts to touch. It's strange, creepy, but undeniably intriguing. Imagine a fish that doesn't just swim against the current, but leaps with such grace that even a salmon would be envious. It seems nature has its own rebels and trailblazers. A fire show is always a gripping spectacle, but how he manages to control the flames remains a mystery worthy of the best magicians. Underwater, in a pool, life seems to have its own rhythm, completely detached from what's happening on the surface. Whatever's going on above, it's the least of their concerns. Bright light pierces through thick clouds over the sea, giving the impression that someone above is peeking down to check what's happening on Earth. It looks like something invisible is stirring the water, creating waves that seem entirely disconnected from the usual laws of nature. This unexplainable phenomenon glows and flickers as if someone is sending us bright signals from above, trying to convey something important. Even a blind person could notice this massive object in the sky, a flying saucer. One more needs to be said, it's clear to the naked eye. Watching these images, you start to wonder, is life on other planets possible? And could it be entirely different from what we've ever imagined? Mother Nature can be quite the prankster, but sometimes her moods create creatures so chilling they send shivers down your spine. Amazingly, inside a tree you might find something from the aquatic world. Fish, as if they've decided to have a picnic there. You're chopping firewood and instead of logs, a great catch. Here's an ordinary insect, but as soon as you blink, it splits into two identical copies. Could nature be inventing new ways to astonish us? Researchers uncovered something eerily resembling a fossilized dragon egg. If scientists' imaginations prove true, who knows? The world might see its first pet with fiery breath. Admit it, seeing someone find cash hidden in a wall makes you wonder, could there be a secret stash in your home too? Just don't go drilling into every wall now.
And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here.
Nature seems to be an experimental artist, creating masterpieces by accident. Every time, you marvel at how perfectly she combines chaos and beauty. Nature didn't design this horn by accident. It looks like a prank by evolution, one that decided to have a bit of fun with an animal, though perhaps the joke fell flat. How could such a giant like Bag 258 be abandoned to its fate? Now this rusty behemoth looms ominously like a set piece from a disaster movie. Those flying objects in the sky are far from good omens. Frankly, their place is not in our sight, but deep in the recesses of our fears. When clouds start creating art, especially with the glow of a setting sun, you realize this isn't just nature, it's an experimental artist always lifting spirits. When massive objects hover in the sky and then suddenly vanish, it's downright unsettling. It feels like witnessing a cosmic illusion. A drop of water suspended beneath a faucet as if tied by an invisible thread. But you understand this is impossible, right? Someone's definitely playing with reality. Do you believe in gnomes? Doesn't matter, they're real. Here's one that seems to have escaped straight from the pages of your favorite fairy tale. A fly removing its head, twisting it oddly, and maybe even putting it back in place? These are horrors on the smallest scale. Nature creates tiny creatures that send shivers down your spine. Who would have thought such small things could be so terrifying?
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
A swarm of black insects launches an attack, but their intentions remain a mystery. What do they want? In the desert, where water is a rarity, a fast-moving stream suddenly emerges. This isn't just water, it feels like a harbinger of something ominous. The natural fountains in County Gar are a mesmerizing spectacle you simply can't ignore. This place draws the eye and raises even more questions. Is this a flying cloud or something else entirely? Why is it hovering so low? A mystery or just another secret of nature that we haven't yet unraveled? People froze in shock when they noticed a massive branch hanging mid-air with no visible means of support. Floating leaves, as if Mother Nature decided to play with anti-gravity. Care to explain this one, if you can? From a massive cloud slipped a silhouette, as if someone was sneaking a peek at us, only to vanish moments later. Was it a cloud spy? Finding wild honey in the forest is a true treasure. The harvesting process is so captivating, it feels like stepping into a prehistoric hunting scene.
It was so cool! It's hard to comprehend how this is even possible.
A woman stumbled upon a strange object in the forest that unmistakably resembles a flying saucer. Was it a prank by aliens or remnants of someone's very creative decoration? Off the ocean coast lies an ancient shipwreck, slowly blending with the local ecosystem. It's become part of the underwater world, as if the ocean claimed it for its antique collection. How did two dangerous snakes manage to squeeze into such a narrow underground crevice? Clearly, the choice of battleground was made with flair. In the Amazon, a snake so massive it could star in a disaster movie was caught on camera. Even elephants would fear this giant. In Thailand, beachgoers stumbled upon a mysterious jelly-like creature. It puzzled everyone so much that it became a hot topic of discussion long after the encounter. Mother Nature seems to take a break from logic sometimes and creates true masterpieces of absurdity. What inspired her to make this bizarre creature? A collection of nightmares? It looks like an ordinary beach at first glance, but something inside it seems to magnetically attract insects. Nature and its mysterious calls never fail to amaze. Discovering a creature resembling a yeti beneath the ice is unsettling to say the least, but curiosity to solve the mystery triumphed over fear. Water flowing upward defies logic. A mirror simply reflects, capturing the ordinary world, or so it seems. But take a look at those sneakers. Their placement feels deliberate, as if there's some hidden mysticism in their direction. Do you see the silhouette in the sky radiating from the sun? This is more than just light and clouds. Someone's clearly sketched a profile portrait up there. Does it look to you like a bird is walking slowly across the sky as if on glass without spreading its wings? Mystical, or another secret of nature waiting to be uncovered? Who or what was that fisherman trying to catch? Those rapidly moving circles on the water are eerie enough to make anyone uneasy. A stash of iron masks, as if prepared for an army of secret knights. Who would stockpile such an ominous collection, and why? It's like meeting the protagonist of a nightmare, a four-legged, two-headed creature on the street at night, utterly terrifying. Or maybe it's just an unfinished project of some mad scientist. Do you think there was an explosion on the horizon? Then how do you explain what unfolds next?
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
Dragons in real life? Here you go. A small one, but definitely not cute. Its silhouette in the water leaves no room for doubt. Fairy tales don't lie. This is the time to run as fast as you can and hope this nightmare doesn't decide to chase you. Stories of planes frozen midair have circulated for years, but when you witness it yourself, even on a screen, it's impossible not to wonder how such a thing is even possible. Where's the logic? A flying creature not only appeared on camera, but boldly startled the witness. Looks like someone doesn't enjoy paparazzi. A shadowy figure dances in the street, impossible to look away from, yet not exactly inviting trust. Best to keep your distance, just in case. Maybe our moms were onto something when they told us about fairies as kids. Seeing one with your own eyes, even as an adult, feels like the edge of fantasy and reality. A tiny lizard soared into the air like a toy, but what if it grows up to become a fearsome dragon? A shell shimmering with all the colors of the rainbow looks like it was made for an art exhibition. A find like this stays with you forever. This turtle seems utterly unbothered, perfectly balanced, and calmly finding its zen. It's as if it's hinting that all answers lie within us. Look at all the bicycles being pulled out of the water. It's as if someone created an underwater graveyard for two-wheelers. This unusual flower with the whimsical name Chinese dwarf looks like a real alien. It's hard to believe such things exist in nature.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
A horseshoe embedded in a tree trunk seems deliberately hidden inside. How it got there is a mystery that stirs the imagination. This fish looks like it belongs in a modern art museum, with its standout trick inflating itself like a balloon. A defense mechanism worthy of applause. Seeing a strange object in the forest makes you wonder, what kind of shape is that? But unzipping it reveals a tent that shatters all expectations. These stones look like they were made for a necklace. Nature is clearly a professional jeweler. A fiery glow appeared on the distant horizon on a dark night. It's impossible not to wonder what caused it. Out of nowhere, black clouds of dust rise, as if the earth took a foreboding breath. You say ghosts don't exist? Then who are those mysterious shadows floating gracefully in the air? Look closely. A rounded object is hovering in the air, clearly alien in appearance. Could it be reconnaissance from another planet? Are we being watched?
That thing is not moving. That looks like a flying saucer. The thing is just...
There's something mysterious and enigmatic in this photo. Let's take a closer look and try to uncover its secret together. If not for a drone, the passengers in the dinghy might never have known they were being watched from the water. The footage is equal parts shocking and relieving. In 2021, a Southeast Asian discovery revealed a worm with a thread-like body and incredible length. It seems like it could wrap around a tree without breaking a sweat. Hard to trust your eyes after seeing something like this. A ladder walking on its own, seemingly controlled by an invisible force. This is too much. Time to invest in some invisible insurance. It's hard to say exactly what's going on here, but this mix of beauty and mystery is mesmerizing. The impression is pure awe. Looks like the set of a supernatural thriller. Good thing the cameras captured it, otherwise no one would believe it. Water seems to be gushing from a tree like a fire hose. What kind of mysterious sap flows through its veins? A massive tree whose bark is embedded with coins from around the world looks like a magical bank of wishes. Do you think it grants dreams? In skilled hands, trees have been turned into tiny houses, and you know what? Even some people might enjoy such mansions. In a cave, mysterious humanoids were found, seemingly frozen in time. What will future archaeologists think if, 1,000 years from now, they uncover this doll? Perhaps they'll try to unravel its mysteries the way they do with ancient artifacts. Seeing something like this on the street, you wouldn't dream of taking a selfie with it. Maybe we're witnessing the start of a new evolution. A red folder suddenly turned green right before everyone's eyes. Magic? Or some kind of corporate illusion? How squirrels ended up in such a dangerous situation is a mystery, but their tangled tails were successfully freed. This rescue of these fluffy heroes will be remembered for a long time.
Don't forget to share the most impressive moment of this episode in the comments below. See you soon.